A and B have these coordinates. Find the length of AB. You could just use formula. I always like seeing what it looks like, so I'm going to draw myself a sketch of this. I recommend you do. I've got 2, 1 and 5, 3, so I'm going to do it to scale 2 across, 1 up, and then 5 across, so that'll be 2, 4, 5 across, and 3 down will be somewhere like that. Label the points, 2, 1, and 5 minus 3, and the points is A and B. And I've got to find the length of AB, like so. Well, that's doing it this way, I can just see exactly what I've got. So for part I, I've got this length here, it's gone from 2 across to 5, so that length's 3, and this one's gone from minus 3 down to 1 up, that's gone up by 4. So length of AB will equal square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared, which equals root 25, which equals 5. It's done the first bit. If you want to do it as in the square root of x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared, all these could be the other way around, do, but draw a picture, because I might need it later. Part 2. Find an equation of the line through the midpoint of AB, well that's there, which is perpendicular to AB, so it's going to go something like up there, and I've got to give it in horrible form, not the y equals mx plus c form. Okay, well first off I can find the midpoint. So the midpoint of AB, oh, we can see what it is anyhow, because it goes, basically I've got to go, don't go 3 along, I just got to go 1.5 along. So I'm at 2, so it's obviously going to be 3.5. If you want to, you could say it's the average of the x values. So I've got to do 5 or 2 plus 5 over 2, and the average of the y values 1 or plus minus 3 over 2, and that equals 3.5. That's 7 over 2 is 3.5, and that first one will be minus 2 over 2 is minus 1. But it's just as easy to use my diagram, and I can check that. I've got to go across 1.5, I'm on 2, so that'll be 3.5 across. I've got to go down 2, I'm on 1, it's going to go down to 0 and then minus 1. Given already, so I know I'm right, and I can get the formula wrong. Okay, that's the first bit. I now need to find out the gradient of it. We know it's perpendicular to the gradient of AB, so I need to work out the gradient of AB, and that equals change in y over change in x. And we can see it again. We can see it goes down, so it's definitely going to be negative, and it goes down 4, and it goes across 3, so it's minus 4 over 3. The picture gives it to me, and I know I'm right. So therefore, the gradient of the perpendicular will be negative reciprocal, so that'll be 3/4. So I've got y equals 3/4 of x plus c, and having found out the m, I now need to find out c. So I need to find c by subbing any point, or substituting technically, any point on that line, and I know it's the midpoint. So 3.5 minus 1. And what I want to do now is to make sure I don't substitute them in wrong. The first one is the x value, the second one's the y value, and that's going to help me when I substitute them in, because the y value is minus 1. So minus 1 equals 3/4 times the x value. Don't like it's 3.5, so I'm going to change that to 7 over 2, and plus c. And that will give me, let's bring it up here, running out of space, minus 1 equals 21 over 8 plus c. So c equals minus 1 minus 21 over 8. That'll be minus 8 over 8. So c will equal minus 8 over 8 minus 29 over 8. And that will give me y equals 3/4 of x plus the c, which is minus 29 over 8. And at that stage I want to times everything through by 8, which gives me 8y equals 3/4 of 8, which is 6 x and minus 29, and I want to get it so I've got all of them on the same side, and I like the first one being positive, so I'm going to get the 8y over to this side, and that'll end up giving me 6x minus 8y minus 29 equals 0. And you've got to make sure you put the equals 0 and everything else, but personally for me, draw a diagram and it's going to be so much easier. That's 5 done.